Hey, this is Allie Edwards, and welcome to a video overview for my process for Project Life Week 3, 2018. As you can see, I've got all my pictures already printed out. That is how I start Project Life. I often have pictures printed out for a few weeks ahead or many weeks ahead, depending on when I have time to actually do the documentation portion. I like to batch my process in that way, and that's just a rhythm that's really been working for me lately by having all of those pictures printed first. So when I bring it over to my table, then what I'm starting with is the pictures in the pockets, and then I'm kind of just going through the products that I have out on my table. What are the things that I can add to this spread that will move my story along? Now, this week, one of the things that I decided to play with, my main focus was using a Posca, P-O-S-C-A paint pen, and this is a thicker version than I'd usually use. And what I wanted to do with it this time was go big with it, big with my text, and do that on a few of my photos, or the majority of my photos. So you can see I did it on one other one there. When I am writing directly on my photos, I am looking for spaces to add my words. So, it's kind of white space, but it's also just, where can I put this so that I'm going to be able to see it? Where is there some flat color, a lot of red, a lot of blue, a lot of something there. That's what I'm looking for when I'm adding these kinds of additional information, via big text like that. You can also see that I used those puffy stars. So I'm a big fan, as always, of repetition. And so when I decide to do something like writing big on my pictures using that white paint pen, it's pretty normal for me to pick one embellishment and then use that on all of the pictures where I add that white pen. So this time I decided to use these white puffy stars. Those were an add-on item for the Best Story Kit a few months ago, and they may reappear in a past kit sale. We do past kit sales twice a year, usually in May and in November, and that will include any past add-ons along with any kits that we still may have available. And those are the only times of year when you can pick those up, besides just being a subscriber and gaining access to those products at the time that they go for sale. You saw that I used a note to self card. That's actually from a pad of paper that's available in the shop. It was one of the One Little Word products that we released. I like little notepads, little 3x4 notepads. I don't mind at all that it's like a regular paperweight. So I went ahead and used one of those. You can pick those up in the shop if you like that look there. Again, adding white pen right onto the bodies of my cats there, and then using a black pen as kind of a subheading. I like to think of it that way, a little, a title in white with a little subhead or a little bit more information below it using the black pen. Simon celebrated his 16th birthday this week, so I added in just a picture from his party there on the bottom, writing Happy 16th on there, and then I'm going to use that best card from the Best Story Kit to talk a little bit more about him turning 16. When I'm doing these white pens, I love, like I said, looking for shapes. So here's a great example of, writing on the inside of the coffee cup and then going around the outside of the bowl. So looking for spaces. Where can I add some words here? And this is definitely one of those times where I wouldn't worry about your handwriting at all. Like it's fun to go big with writing. And when you go big, you got to really go big, do it. Just have fun with it. And I think it's a nice way to really mix things up, compared with how you may normally do it. And I feel like it's like a freer way of approaching it. Sometimes I do all type text. Sometimes I do, really long stories. And this is just a fun way to kind of mix it up. And you see there that I added black writing onto that one photo. Just kind of depends on the colors in the photo themselves, whether or not I feel like the white pen is going to be the best choice for that. So I think in this case, I added text. I added handwritten text to all of the photos except one, and then did, looks like 3 handwritten journal cards there. So I really like how this one turned out. It was quick and easy once I got into it. And as you can see too, most of the time these days I'm kind of doing my journaling after the fact rather than in the moment. And from doing Project Life for so many years now, it just kind of ebbs and flows with me in terms of how I'm actually capturing these stories. Right now, most of it is via my photos, and then I'm using them to go back, and those are becoming my story sparks for me. So hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions below.